Hey, I'm Sam Ross, founder and CEO of Claim Climbers. If you're watching this, you already have a Nexus letter or you're considering getting one, and you want to know something very simple. Is this actually going to help my claim? That's a fair question, because not all Nexus letters are created equal. And the difference between a strong Nexus letter and a weak one often determines whether a claim moves forward or gets denied. Let's start with what a Nexus letter is supposed to do. A Nexus letter is a medical opinion that explains the connection between your current condition and your military service, or another service-connected condition. It's not a diagnosis, it is not a treatment, and it is not a guarantee. Its purpose is clarity. For a Nexus letter to carry weight, it must include several essential elements. The first is a clearly identified diagnosis. The VA must be able to tell exactly what condition the medical opinion is addressing. Vague language weakens credibility. The second essential element is a clearly identified in-service event, exposure, or service-connected condition. The VA needs to understand what the medical opinion is connecting the diagnosis to. Without the anchoring point, there's nothing to evaluate. The third, and the most important element, is medical reasoning. This is where many Nexus letters fail. A strong Nexus letter explains why the connection exists. It walks through the logic. It discusses the medical principles involved. It addresses alternative causes and explains why they're less likely. A weak letter jumps straight to the conclusion without explanation. And the VA is allowed to discount conclusions that aren't supported by reasoning. Language also matters. The VA looks for opinions stated using the correct standard, such as "at least as likely as not." But that phrase alone does not make a Nexus letter strong. It must be backed by explanation. Magic words without reasoning are easy to dismiss. Another essential element is a record review. A probative Nexus letter is based on the veteran's actual records, service records, medical records, relevant history. Letters that don't show evidence of record review often get labeled as less persuasive or less probative value. Here's something else veterans should understand. Provider credentials do matter, but not in the way many people think. For a Nexus letter, the provider is offering a medical opinion based on a record review. They are not diagnosing or treating you. That distinction matters. What the VA evaluates is whether the provider is qualified to give the opinion and whether the opinion itself is well reasoned. Now let's talk about common red flags. Letters that are one page, they're extremely short. Letters that just look like a template. Letters that don't address your specific history. Letters that ignore contradictory evidence. Those are the letters that tend to fail. Here's the empowering part. If you already have a Nexus letter and it didn't work, that doesn't automatically mean the idea was wrong. It often means something essential was missing or unclear, and missing pieces can be fixed. The goal of a Nexus letter is not to overpower the VA. It is to make the connection so clear that ignoring it becomes difficult. That requires structure, reasoning, and accountability. And if they ignore it, you can do a higher level review. Here's the key takeaway. A Nexus letter isn't valuable because it exists. It's valuable because of what it explains and how well it explains it. Knowing what belongs in one protects you from wasting time, money, and momentum. If this helped you understand what actually makes a Nexus letter strong, make sure to like and subscribe for more veteran-focused education. I'm Sam Ross with Claim Climbers, and our goal is to help veterans recognize quality medical evidence so they can move forward with confidence instead of guesswork. Take care.